If you want to access $25,000 to $50,000 of funding, you need to follow these exact steps. So save this video and send it to 2 friends that need access to some money. If you don't know, you can access well over $25,000 to $50,000 in credit funding before you can save up this type of money. So if I was over 18 years old and I'm trying to build my credit score up so I can access some funding to invest into my business, this is exactly what you want to do. The first thing you want to do is have a clean credit report. Make sure your score is over 700. When I say clean, I'm talking about no collections, no repossessions, no bankruptcies, no late payments, none of that, no charge-offs, no anything. And that's because you want to make sure your report is clean before you ask for any type of money. So once you have this clean credit report out, now we need to build it up. A lot of people don't understand that if you're not building credit, you're not showing your trustworthiness. So you want to have at least 5 to 7 primary accounts. Primary accounts are accounts that you go and apply with your name and your social. I'm going to give you the ones that I use. I got about 2 self-lender accounts, right? Meet Ava is a good credit builder. Secure credit card. And if you don't want a credit check and you can't get approved for no other secure credit card, you can use OpenSkyCC.com and get the one that's $300 because it doesn't have an annual report, right? You want to add those. You also want to add rent reporters if that's available to you, right? And rent reporters is pretty much you backdating your rent for a year or 2. You know, it just all depends on what you're doing. So you can contact your landlord. You can just go right online and you can keep this for about a few months. And then the last account or primary that you want to add is a pledge loan account. Now, everybody should have a credit union. If you don't, you can go get Navy Federal, Alliance, Alliant, First Tech Credit Union. It's so many different options out there, right? But what a pledge loan is pretty much when you go, let's just say I pledge $1,000 and I put it in my savings account in my Navy Federal account. Well, now I can borrow against that. And pretty much when Navy Federal locks my $1,000, they're going to give me a loan of $1,000 that I can have access to now. And the very first thing you want to do is pay off 90% of that loan. So I'm going to pay off $900 as soon as I get approved and everything goes through. And then over the next couple months, I want to pay it off. But the benefit of this play is now I got a primary and a 90% paid off loan on my personal credit report, right? So we want to build this thing up all the way to the top so that it's strong and not thin. A lot of people get declined because they have a high credit score, but they have a thin profile. So I just gave you quite a few primaries that you want to add. And these primaries is going to put you in the best possible position. After that, now you want to get what's called authorized user trade lines. I recommend that you get 2, but if you get 1, that's okay. Now, one that you want to stay away from if you're trying to get access to funding is American Express because it doesn't report the history. A lot of the other ones like US Bank, Chase Bank, Citibank, Wells Fargo, PNC, and other different kind of accounts like that, they are beneficial. And you want to make sure when you buy an authorized user or you get access to an authorized user trade line that you're going to pretty much piggyback off somebody else's credit, you want to make sure that the length is over 5 years. You want to make sure the owner of that credit card, it has a clean credit report. You want to make sure that they're not late and their balance is not over 20%. That's super important. Now that you got your 5 primaries and a couple authorized user trade lines, now you want to go for personal funding. When I say personal funding, those are Visa and MasterCards, personal credit cards. And when you go get those personal credit cards, you want to hold them for about, I want to say 6 to 8 months. I like going for personal credit cards where I can pre-qualify first. So like a pre-approval so that I know that I'm approved before I actually get that inquiry. I see a lot of people going to get 3, 4, 5, 6 different credit cards. You don't have to do that. You want to keep your inquiries low. That's why the credit builders I got you, they don't give you no inquiries. And your only inquiry should be on your personal funding. So in each one of those 2 credit cards on the personal funding, you need to have your limits over $2,500 or more on each one of those cards. And do not max up the utilization, right? Hold on to it for about 6 to 8 months. And then you can take that personal profile, you can pair it with an LLC, and now you can go shoot access for business funding, which is going to put you anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 on the business side. And that's how you access $25,000 to $50,000, just like that.